It's always a nervous moment on the start,
And off they
especially
go.
here we go.
And they've all had quite a clean start there, except for it looks like perhaps Somerville, who got a bit too close into that bay. They're going to have to put on the rudder to get away from that. And it looks like St Anthony's catching Exeter at the sort of top of our screen. The Exeter Cocks looking round.
Yeah,
and that's a concession from the Exeter Cocks. So a good early concession. And that gives them space to get out of the way. Sorry, off you go, Ed.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that again. Exeter's week just gets a little bit worse. That was a really flying start there from St Anthony's, just to pit them just before the breach. That's exactly how you want to do. You want to get out quick, knock your opposition on the head,
and Queen's doing a great
later.
job catching up with Worcester there. They've really opened up the gap between them and Merton, and it means Merton might have a bit of a longer row if they bump out. But we've got Wolfson gaining rapidly on Exeter. I believe
it looks
Exeter.
Like it is. It looks.
No, that could be Regent's Park actually. Beg my pardon. Because Exeter have just come under Donington Bridge, so that is Regent's Park, and that is a concession there. So Wolfson will wind down, and Regent's Park will carry on.
Fantastic.
The bumps happen. So Queens have bumped Worcester. You can see them tucking out on the right of the screen into the trees of the gut.
Quite a few really quick bumps in this division, Caitlin. Is that the sort of strategy that these Cocks are going to want to be? They're going to get out quick and knock their opposition on the head straight away.
Recording in progress.
Yes, I mean it is one tactic. The other one is, trusting your fitness and outlasting your opposition, and it might be eating away a couple of inches every stroke, but over the course of the river, you can bear down on them. It's whether you're under pressure from the people behind you, and it looks like Somerville have also gone into the bay. And they've conceded to New College there, and they're going to have to do quite a lot of work to steer. But Merton have really closed up on Worcester now. That's probably about half a length, if that, maybe quarter of a length.
Yeah, I can imagine Merton are going to take the bump here against Worcester. Worcester's been a bad week for Worcester. They've come down from 24 to 28, and it looks like they're going to sink down another position here as Merton close up on them, waiting to see the concession there from the Cocks.
That is a concession, and Merton will be delighted with that. That's their third bump of the campaign, so they are looking at Blades, hopefully, if they can secure it for tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. A really, really strong start this season for Merton. They'll be looking to continue that tomorrow and secure those Blades for the rest of the season.
And we've got Oriel 2, who are rowing at the bottom of the division, still quite far away from Regent's Park, so Regents might not be in any danger of being bumped a second time. And the very distinctive Merton boat is a kind of a cerise pink purple. It was recently resprayed.
I do enjoy seeing some flamboyant boats out on the river. It's good to have some recognisable landmarks out there.
Yeah, it goes quite nicely with the Worcester Blades there. All clash horribly. Worcester actually, although they might be a bit slow, they're rowing quite neatly. So they're keeping it together. It just unfortunately wasn't fast enough to evade the two following crews. But we have about a length and a half, maybe 2 lengths between Regent's Park and Oriel. Oriel seems to be getting a few more strokes in than Regent's, so that might help them close the gap. But it really depends whether they can keep that stamina and how much land training they've been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this year's a little bit of an unknown. Most of these crews have only been out at a race, maybe 2 this year, and with so many of these crews new after no racing last year, it really is all a mental game just to see if you can beat a relatively unknown opposition. And some of the crews are coming out on top, and some of them are struggling.
I've got to say the Worcester Cocks have steered quite a nice line there. The crossing was good, and they're staying nicely tucked into the bank, not in the stream. And they have got the clear river to kind of enjoy and use as they please, really. Although I wouldn't imagine taking too many details will do them any favours.
No, looking very composed for a crew that came under fire just a few months ago. Looking very, very happy and relaxed there.
And it looks like St Anthony's, I think they've bumped out already. So they, yes, they bumped Exeter. So they're just paddling behind the following launch. And Oriel have closed the gap between them and Regents. It'll be interesting to see if they can continue to do a bit more damage there. They definitely won't want to be the sandwich boat again. So, yeah, they'll be quite hungry for that bump.
Yeah, absolutely strong motivation to get yourself properly cemented into the division. I would say there's enough time to make that bump, but we'll see again. Like we keep saying, it's about the stamina, whether they sort of kept enough off that start to make sure that they can evade captures, we come into the sort of last portion of the race.
And it'll be interesting to see whether the Regent's Cox can do some evasive steering if they are getting a bit close for comfort. They can, if they position themselves right now, they can steer across the river and hopefully avoid the bump. But they do need to prepare for that now, because if they find themselves pinned in, then there will be nowhere to go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about tactics. I think it's very easy to look at bumps and go, just got to row as fast and as hard as you can and try and crash into the boat in front of you as quick as you can. These cogs are going to be thinking about a million different things. Traffic on the river, where they're placing. So, like Caitlin, as you say, so that they can evade the boats behind them if they come up. And I think there we could potentially see a bump from that Oriel crew just coming up now.
Yeah, they've really closed the gap. That's probably a length gap in maybe less than 500 meters, but will they run out of river? And it depends how much the Regent's crew tire as well. See the bow girl looking round and thinking, where are you? Or just looking at her blade, I can't quite tell.
No, I think Regent's Park is starting a little bit flustered now. And again, as it's difficult to judge from this angle. But if I was in that Oriel crew, I'd be wanting to make that bump, sort of solidify my position in this division.
Yeah, they're coming off the end of Boathouse Island. You know, there's not long left, so you can really throw the kitchen sink at it, and it's gonna hurt. But Regents are steering the wrong way. They should have steered the other way, and that's gonna cost them. And they might be trying to get out of the stream, but they've just steered themselves directly into the Oriel crew. And will the clacker go down before Oriel can get them? That's the clacker down. So I think they have just, by the skins of their teeth, evaded that bump there.